Welcome to Larry the Alchemist, where we discuss all things heavy metal and hard rock, and welcome to another edition of Midweek Maiden. Haven't done a Midweek Maiden in some time, and I thought it would be fun to do an episode listing my 5 favorite songs from the Blaze Bayley era of Iron Maiden. Blaze only made 2 albums with Iron Maiden, XFactor, Virtual 11. I'll be honest, these are my 2 least favorite albums from Iron Maiden, but that doesn't mean that there aren't some good songs on there, so I thought it would be fun to talk about those songs. All right, I don't think there's too many surprises on my list, but I think my first 2 picks might be a surprise, and I am putting these in order of how much I like these songs. So my number 5 favorite song from the Blaze era is from the XFactor, and it's 2 a.m. It's a song written by Blaze, Yannick Ayers, and Steve Harris, and I want to make a separate video and have some guests on where we talk about what we think went wrong during the Blaze era. And so I'm not going to get into that, but I think that this song and my next pick are songs that work really well with Blaze's voice. I like when he's not trying to sing too high in his range. At times I feel like during this era, he was singing too much out of his range. Here he's singing in a nice sort of baritone. It's kind of laid back. It's kind of a mid-tempo ballady number. I like the acoustic guitars. I like the guitar melodies. I think Blaze's melody is good. I think he sounds good on it when he sings with a little more intensity. It really works. It's almost a song that I could almost picture on one of the Diano era albums, one of those sort of ballady, darker ballad type numbers. So that comes in at number 5 for me. Number 4 from the Virtual 11 album, the last song on the album, Como Estas Amigos. This kind of surprised me. I revisited these records, gave them a full listen through today. Wasn't expecting this song to make my list, but when I heard it, I was like, man, this song is a lot better than I think. It's kind of a shame that it's the last song on the record. It should probably be earlier in the record, like one of the first 3 or 4 songs, because it's really catchy. And much like 2 a.m., my number 5 pick, I think Blaze sounds really good here, singing in this sort of mid-tempo ballad type of thing. The chorus is really catchy. The guitar melodies are really nice and everything. And it's just, I think it sits really well with Blaze, and I think he sounds really good here. And it's a really catchy song, and I really like it. So that's unfortunately during this era. There are songs that I like that I just don't think Blaze sounds particularly good on it, so it knocked them off my list. Songs that probably would have made other people's lists. All right, we're going to stay here with Virtual 11 for my number 3 pick. This is probably not a surprise. Clansman, one that Bruce has done live with the band, very epic. This is a Steve Harris number, kind of a classic type of Steve number, kind of epic, a bit on the long side. I think the chorus is great. I like the guitar melodies and the riffs in this one, and I do think that Blaze sounds pretty good on this one. So Clansman comes in at number 3. Number 2 for me is also from Virtual 11, and it's the opening track, Future Real. I think this is a great opening number. It reminds me of like Be Quick or Be Dead. The guitar harmonies in it remind me a little bit of like Aces High, and it has sort of that classic Iron Maiden album opener. We're coming out of the gates, full bore at you. Just jumps right into it. I like the feel of it. I like Steve's bass in here, really driving. It's catchy, and so it comes in at number 2 for me. All right, number 1, going back to the XFactor album, is Sign of the Cross. This one makes number 1 for me because I like the darker mood of it. I like the chanting monks at the beginning, even though they're a little cheap sounding. Maybe the budget was light on this one. They could only hire, monks on a shoestring budget. But I like it. I think it sets a mood. The song builds really nice. It's kind of progressive. It's got a whole bunch of different changes to it. I like the riffing and the guitar work in it. I do think Blaze sounds pretty good in it. The chorus is really catchy. So this one gets at number 1 for me, mostly for the mood and for all the different riff changes and everything to it. So don't know if I would have put this as an opening track, though, on the record. I think it should have been like a typical Iron Maiden epic, like either ending side 1 or ending side 2. But that comes in at number 1 for me. Sign of the Cross. All right, so there you go. My 5 favorite songs from the Blaze Bayley era of Iron Maiden. Let me know what you guys think of my picks. Let me know what your picks would be. Till we see you again, make sure you stay heavy, stay metal.